Before we get into anything today, I need y'all to hear me clear because this right here is messing up a lot of relationship in 2025. Everybody online saying, I love my privacy, I keep my business to myself, I protect my peace. But some of y'all aren't being private, you're being sneaky. So in today's podcast, Cece and I, we're gonna go over how to tell the difference between secrecy and privacy. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blissology Podcast, where we're jumping straight into a topic that honestly needs its own TED Talk. So my name is Will, and
hey, Mr. Friends, welcome back to the podcast. Listen, go ahead and grab your snack today, okay? Grab your water. I have my Starbucks with me, and grab whatever you need because we are going to make some folks think today.
Yes,
okay?
Think or sweat.
Listen.
If they're sweating already.
Listen, that's between them and God.
Oh
okay?
yes, you can say that again. So as always, before we get into today's topic, we'd like to share our blissful moment with you. Now that's either something that happened to us, something that we did, or something that we're looking forward to doing. In my case, I am particularly happy today because my wrist is no longer in a cast.
Listen, I think you're just being extra, baby.
Maybe I was, but you know what? It's a good thing that I don't have to wear a cast.
I told you you didn't have to go because he's like, listen, I got to go to see the doctor. It's my last appointment. I have to go. I'm like, baby, you fine. He's just being extra.
Listen, it doesn't hurt. Doctor did the x-ray and says, you know what? I think you're good to go. He offered to send me to therapy. I'm like, you know what? My brother's going to give me some guidance. I'm good. He's like, if something happens, let me know. So no more cast, no more brace. And this came at a good time because it's right on time. I mean, I started, doing some yard work, cleaning up. Obviously, I still have to be extra cautious with it because I don't want to put any weight on it.
I agree.
But it's been helpful. It feels good being able to take shower normally.
Yes, because this man was like in the shower, one arm up, and like he was struggling.
Can't work the cast.
The first time it was hard for you.
Well, yeah, I had to get used to showering
The first day, it was like really tough.
Oh yeah, the first day?
Yeah, the first day was really tough.
But it's tough. A good thing that I'm no longer wearing the cast. I can kind of get to doing my normal stuff.
Yeah, and you're kind of right too. It actually around the perfect time because, right now you get to get all the Christmas stuff together and then get the landscaping and all that he needed to do. And while he's on vacation too.
Yeah, so it's a good thing.
So it is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Well, my bliss moment is, our daughter's birthday is this week. So we're going to have a party this weekend. Just us.
Just the four of us.
We're going to have a jolly party, if you want to call it that.
There we go.
Okay. So we are over here starting the birthday month. November to in December and in January. So yes.
Yep. It's that time of year that we got to get ready for the birthdays.
We got to get ready for the birthdays.
Yeah, so that's our blissful moment. Now let's get into the topic of the day, which is privacy versus secrecy.
Ooh.
And where is the line in a healthy relationship?
Yes.
So let's get to what that line looks like. Not the TikTok version of it, though, or the Instagram quote version of it. No, I'm talking about the real version that matters if you want a relationship that's healthy and actually going somewhere.
I agree.
Because being mysterious is cute for a dating profile. I think it's important to leave a few things to be desired, right?
Of course.
But it doesn't work when you're trying to build love for long term. Yes, that mysterious traits that some of us have, certain things we keep it on the low.
We keep it on the
probably
DL,
won't work.
baby. It's on the DL. Okay?
And now let's be real. Relationship in 2025, in this modern age that we're living right now, are not the same.
They're not.
As our parents' relationship.
Yep.
They weren't dealing with DM that disappears.
Yes.
I didn't know this thing could disappear, but obviously they can, or a close friends list.
Listen, I don't have one.
With people with nicknames that prevents your partner from knowing who you're talking to.
I've seen them on Instagram and TikTok, yeah.
Or some people sliding into your partner's DM at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Listen.
Which is crazy if you ask me.
It is insane.
All those types of online behaviors that didn't exist 20 years ago are causing issues in relationship. So now people are trying to figure out what's normal and what's disrespectful.
Yes, and they should.
Yeah, because honestly, half of the argument couples have today aren't about cheating.
Yes.
They're about access.
Well, if you're sliding on my DMs, so yeah.
Well, just because someone's sliding your DM, it's not cheating.
Yeah, they're interested.
But this person gets some access to you, and you giving them the interest, right?
Yeah.
The attention that they're
back.
looking for. So yes, most of these arguments are about access. Stuff like, why do you keep your phone facing down when I'm around?
Listen, what are you hiding?
My phone right here is facing up. And if a text comes up, she can see it and no one's going to text me, right?
I do check my husband's phone and he checked my phone, and I do, yes. From time to time, I just go on your phone.
Well, my phone goes through an audit from time to time. And she's like very often. She's like, let me see who's been texting you. I'm like, go ahead.
Not that I don't trust you.
Right.
It's just part of my audit.
Yeah, but think about it. If one day she comes up and says, hey, I'm going to check your phone to see who's been texting you, and I get all moody and all, what do you think she's going to think? There's something I'm
You're
hiding.
hiding something.
Because
you never done it before.
Or I get a text and she's like, hey, who just texted you? And before you know it, I'm mumbling because I'm afraid of telling her who did.
Then I'll be like,
if one of my employees texts, I'm like, this is who texts me. What, do you want to read the text out to me? The issue isn't always about the action. It's about the vibe behind it.
The attitude.
Yes.
Yes.
So, listen, we live in a generation where these devices, they're there.
Yes.
They're constantly there, and they're getting in the way of things.
They're constantly there because people are constantly connected to their phone. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I do on my phone a lot of times.
Sometimes before we start this podcast, I have to scream at this woman, put the phone away.
He did. And I'm like, don't come at me.
If you notice, her phone is right here.
And your phone is right there.
Face down. No, it's facing up.
I'm like, don't come at me. Yes, I am on my phone. I'm just, taking pictures of myself. And I love doing that. So yes, people are very, very hyper connected nowadays. Yeah. And they are emotionally disconnected.
And I think this is the reason why the line between privacy and secrecy can feel shaky for so many people.
Yes.
There's something that may be private to me, but because I'm in a relationship with you who had some past trauma,
right,
you're treating me differently because of what's going on with you.
Yeah.
And it's important that people check themselves, make sure that they know, whom they're dealing with and how they're going to handle certain things within their relationship.
Right.
Privacy gets a bad rep because people think privacy means hiding. And in some way you kind of keep certain things to yourself.
Yeah.
So, you could say it's hiding certain things, but for good reasons. Healthy privacy is about having your own identity.
Listen,
right?
That's why there's nothing wrong with not giving you access to my computer, to my laptop, okay? Because I'm like, you have your own laptop, sir. Why do you need access to my laptop?
And in reality, I don't need it. But I do ask.
You just want to have access to everything.
There's certain things that I do. It just, I don't know, maybe I get a thrill from her reactions.
I think you do. You purposefully do that. And I do notice that you keep pushing it and you laugh about it when I get like irritating by you. I keep asking.
Yes.
And I do.
Now, I don't need access to her stuff except for her business. There's certain things that I do for her that I will need some access. And as much as I don't like sitting at her desk, for months she's like, you sitting at my desk and use my own computer, I don't want you to have access to my stuff on your computer. Yes, I like it, but you know what, I did it because I understand why she wanted to keep certain things on herself.
Listen, this man, when I told you, babe, you work for Home by CC Realty. So therefore, it's like you coming to work and work on my desk. I'm like, you don't want to spend so much time because I know if he's on his computer, he's going to be there for like 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, babe, I'm making it as simple for you. Come, just do what you need to do. Go on my desk for an hour or two. Just do what you need to do because he's Mr. Marketing guy. You need to do what you need to do. And then after that, you just shut down and move on. Recently, I gave you access to my business.
Yeah, it took a while,
profile.
but you did.
It took me a long time to give this man access to my business profile because I know him. But I give it to him because my desk was getting so messy, you guys. Like, I would wake up in the morning and I would see crumbs on my desk. Okay,
they're just nuts because I usually bring my nuts with me when I set the desk to snack.
I have a glass desk and I would see
I touch the desk when I'm working.
I would see crumbs on the keyboard. I would see stuff all over it. I'm like, you know what? I might as well give him access to the profile because if I don't, I'm going to come here every morning and have a hard time and have to wipe it down every time. And I told him, you know what? I create a folder just for your marketing business and call it Will's Marketing. And that's all you need to access to. And he's like, What did you say?
She monitors me. You know, when I load that Google profile, all the tabs opens up. She goes around and says, you need to close all those tabs.
Well,
Just
yeah,
keep the
I'm
one
like-
that's yours open. And hey, listen, I could have worked at Sissy's desk, but I like working at my desk.
I understand.
No one
that.
gets on me if the nuts that I eat leaves crumbs on my desk because I clean my desk myself. And I don't have a glass desk, so it doesn't collect fingerprints.
And he hates my chair. I have a
Yeah, I don't
boss
like your
chair
chair.
that I used to work at Office Depot, which I love those type of chair, but
I don't
he
like your
hates
chair.
my chair.
It's uncomfortable.
Yes.
It makes my butt
what he'll
warm.
do in the morning, again, this is another thing I had to let me give him access to the profile because he will just drag his chair, replace mine, and then not putting yours back.
Maybe I forgot one or two
See?
times that I
and I'm
didn't.
like, no, I can't work like this. This is my working area. I can't work like
Yeah.
this. And I'm like, you know what, babe, it's fine. I'll give you access to the profile. Just please, when you go in there, close all the realtors tab and then just move on.
And
Move
I've been
on.
doing that. The few cases that I didn't, she did come by and police me and says I must do that. And I politely obliged and did what she asked.
Listen.
But you know what? I understand. And I love my comfort. I was willing to give up my comfort.
We had a fight over this. So you weren't willing to give up your comfort, baby. We had a fight.
We did, in fact. She wanted me to be excited that I'm sitting at her desk. I told her, I don't like sitting at your desk. I don't like sitting at your chair. I'm going to do it because I love you, but I just don't like it. I prefer to be in my own space.
Well, you're lucky you have access to it because I think you purposefully drop all these crumbs on my desk and on my keyboard.
That wasn't on purpose.
I think that's what he did.
As we talk about her giving me access, yes, she made a sacrifice and let me in, but I didn't really need to. It was just a convenience thing. And I know she did, but obviously I'm sure it feels to her like she's giving a part of herself.
Yeah,
and I
it's my
understand,
baby.
Healthy privacy is it's about having your own identity. And I know she identifies with her business and she feels in control, and
Right.
she's afraid that I may screw things up because sometimes I do tweak with
You
stuff,
do.
but my intentions is not to do so. So I absolutely understand that she identifies with the things that she works with and the things that you've built and put
Right.
together. So, getting someone in and messing with
things.
it, I understand, and this allows you to be your own person too.
Yes.
Right? Homes by CC is her baby. She does her stuff.
That is my baby.
She employs me, and I'm hoping soon I can start collecting a bigger paycheck. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, you're marketing, bring more clients.
But you know what? There's certain things that are sacred to her, and this is one of them. And I understand that because, and this is where, healthy privacy allows you to have that. You can keep things that are yours and things that, when you're ready to share. Obviously, I kind of forced her into sharing
You
this
did.
because now I'm comfortable at my own desk
You did force
accessing
me.
the system.
You did force
Right.
me. Yes, you did force me. And I get it. I want to make sure that, we both help each other out. I get it.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to, sometimes some of us don't want to share some stuff. It is just because we just want to keep it to ourselves. Like, for instance, our thoughts, right? Our prayers, our alone time. And it looks like having your own personal goals that you are working through before you're ready to share it with the world or with your
Yeah.
spouse. And it's okay if you are going through things. It's okay if you don't want to share certain things. If it's your identity that you want to keep to yourself, like for instance, yes, my business, I feel like it's my baby. And
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to share it, but I get it. I'm like, listen, we just gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, and that's important. And this is where I think in a healthy relationship, you have to be able to have that, set that boundary, kind of have a little bit of certain things that's yours and yours alone.
Yes.
Now, those are not things that will hurt the relationship, right? Because privacy itself is not a threat. You know,
but it is to some people though.
Yes, it could be threatening to some people, but it's not in reality. It actually creates peace. It lets you breathe.
Yes.
Knowing that I have something that's me.
Right.
It lets you be grounded in yourself, right? Because this way you know that this is mine.
Right.
And I know in a relationship, when you're married, we kind of have access to everything. And sometimes for you to be able to maintain your identity, you got to have a little bit of it that you can say that's yours.
Yeah, and I think sometimes because we ladies, we're married to our men, sometimes we kind of feel like we gave up everything. Mind you, from the moment that we got married and we gave up our last name. So we kind of like took theirs.
Yeah.
And then moving into everything else that we share, that you, the main person that has access to everything. So when we have something that we don't want to give up, we don't want to, share with our spouse, it means nothing. It's just that it means we're keeping that to ourselves. Yeah. And we don't want to, we want to at least keep something. And I know my husband sometimes he feels some type of way about that. I'm like, babe, it's just that I don't want to share. There's nothing behind it. It's just that you want to keep something to yourself. That's all.
Yeah. And I understand. And listen.
You don't understand.
Imagine if you had to report everything that happened in your day to your partner. Man, that'd be crazy, And I'll tell you, that would not be love.
That's something that we had to work on a few years ago.
It wasn't that extreme. Yes, I used to call in and, and ask, hey, what you doing?
Yeah, I would have to give him a report.
As if I was asking for a report.
You were asking for a report, baby, because you were like, and I'm the type of person
this was in our early days of her business. I was just checking to see how things are going.
You were looking for a report, and I'm the type of person that I go to work, I do what I need to do. Yeah. I know what I'm supposed to be working on, and I keep it moving. I don't like to be monitored. Don't keep asking me, what am I working on? What do I have for tomorrow? Just know that I'm working.
So now when I call in the middle of the day, I just ask her, hey, how you feeling? How are you doing?
And I think it's just a mindset working for corporate when I used to go to Office Depot. Yeah.
Yeah. She wanted to be own boss. Say, I don't report to anybody.
We don't report to anyone.
That wasn't really me. That was you.
It was you managing because you were a manager at your job. So therefore, you calling me to check to see what I'm doing. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do me like that. I called her on the phone. I'm like, hey, baby. I'm not one of your employees. Don't do me like that. Okay.
I don't talk to my employees like this. Hey, baby, what you doing? That's me on the phone. I don't talk to my employees like that.
Well,
but I understand. Hey, listen, she felt like she had to give a report, and she shared it with me. So I don't ask that question anymore. I don't ask that question anymore. I ask her, how are you feeling?
That's right. That's right.
And listen, last thing you want is for your partner to think that you're monitoring everything they're doing, right?
Right.
No. So I'll tell you, privacy keeps the relationship from feeling too tight.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you, when you have to give report of every second, that's stressful.
It is stressful.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if the person can have a little bit of thing to themselves, it keeps them from losing themselves.
Yes, it does.
And I know, listen, for Cece, who's gone through some major changes, going from corporate to running her business from home to handling the kids' homeschooling, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. And she's giving a lot, and being able to keep a little bit to herself where she can say, this is mine and I'm building this. It gives her a sense of self-worth. Yeah. And I understand that.
Yes. Yeah. Now, listen, we talk about privacy a lot. Mm-hmm. So let's move on to secrecy. Okay. Because, baby, that hate's different.
Oh, it is different.
It's a whole different energy.
Listen, secrecy have that certain energy to it, right?
It does.
You know the feeling that if your partner were to find out about something, you know that they will not approve, right? And in some cases, when they're asked about certain things, they get half of an answer.
Yeah, and
you mumble.
Yeah.
While you're trying to think, what should I say?
Yeah, and they're like, what had happened was, okay, the attitude change.
Oh, the tone change.
Yes.
Or you suddenly distancing yourself just so you can avoid the conversation.
Yes.
These are the little behaviors that once you start keeping secrets, you start exhibiting.
Yeah.
And your partner will pick up on them because they realize something's different.
Yeah, and if you know your partner so well, you're going to tell that, hey, what's going on? Something is off. And the woman, our intuition is always right.
Sometimes too right, that causes them to be paranoid. Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at secrecy, it's when you intentionally hiding something that you know deep in your heart your partner should know.
Why are we deleting texts?
Right?
Okay.
Yes. There's certain conversations. If you know you shouldn't have that conversation, then don't have that conversation with that person. Period. And if you had that conversation, maybe you screw up, then be upfront about it. Yes, I screwed up. Or you get a text from someone that you should not have gotten a text, or maybe you text someone that you shouldn't have. Oh, that's
just my friend. Okay.
Yes. Listen, if you're messing with your ex and you're referring to it as just friend, that's a problem.
It is a problem.
So it's when you're intentionally hiding something that you shouldn't have. Secrecy brings unusual behaviors, right?
It does.
Because when you're doing that stuff, you're hiding.
Yes.
You're behaving weird.
Yes.
And sometimes you answering call or answering message that's like crazy hours that you shouldn't. And sometimes you telling stories, but you omitting telling the parts that are important, or at least the part you know your partner will not approve.
Right.
If you find yourself doing that, you're keeping secrets that you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that secrecy don't always look like cheating. No, sometimes it's hiding financial stuff. Sometimes it's hiding friendship you know that are not healthy for you. And it may not be a relationship with an ex. It may be, maybe there's this boy that you shouldn't be friend with. Maybe it's your homeboy, but he's got bad behaviors.
Yeah.
Maybe you should not be hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hiding conversation you had because you don't want to explain them.
I agree.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying this episode, remember to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone you think who needs to hear this. You know, Sissy recently made a guide available free to you. It's about unlocking your full potential. The link is in the description below. Go ahead and download it. It's free. Now let's get back into the episode. You know, and listen, secrecy can cause issues, but here's the easiest way to know what you're dealing with. Ask yourself one simple question. If my partner saw this, will I feel uncomfortable or guilty? If you answer yes, then you already know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, privacy feels peaceful. Secrecy feels heavy.
It does.
Privacy feels like this is just for me.
Yeah.
Secrecy feels like I hope they never find out, right? Because there's a different feeling that comes with each one of them. And if you find yourself on the side where I want to keep this away from them because if they find out I'm in trouble, then you're keeping secrets you shouldn't have.
Yeah. I don't have time to keep secret here because I know that once you start lying, you're going to have to make up for the next lie and the next one and the next one.
Well, you know, lie built on itself. You tell one lie and then you got to tell another lie to hide that lie. Then you got to tell another one to hide the other one.
That's
and you
right.
got keep lying. Before you know it, you don't remember what you lied about 2 weeks ago.
That's the problem kind of stuff.
Listen. Don't ask for transparency while you're being mysterious. It's not fair. That's not balance.
It's not.
That's selfish.
It's not fair.
Listen, if you're not sharing, don't ask me to share.
Yes, that part.
In fact, if you're not sharing, maybe we shouldn't be in a relationship. I know there are people who want to be private, but they're expecting the partner to be an open book. Listen, I'm an open book in this relationship. I understand there's certain things that Sissy wants her privacy
I'm an
on.
open book too, babe.
But and what I was gonna say, you are, because we share a lot of stuff.
We do.
But the little few things that you want to keep to yourself
Just
because
my
it
laptop.
allows you to be you, I'm good with that. You know, and I understand I cannot have full access to everything.
But you would love to. You would want to
Well,
have full access to everything.
Listen, you know, there's a certain comfort that I get knowing that, hey, listen, if I need to access this in case that I need to help,
right,
that
I
I
get
can
it.
easily get in. I don't have to jump the hoops.
Yeah,
Last time she forgot her password,
you're right about that.
it took me a while. And obviously, it's all on me. Oh, listen, you got to fix this for me.
Oh, yes.
And I got to figure it out.
True.
But if I already
That's
knew,
true.
I'd say, you know what, hey, let's jump in, let's get in, and let's
Right.
do this, right?
Right.
So just from that, because there isn't anything that you're doing that I have to monitor you and track you. So the access I want is to be able to, believe me, if you're a man and you're married, you know how things are. Something happens, your wife wants you to fix it. She doesn't care how you fix it. She wants you
That's
to
it.
fix it.
Yeah.
So in the spirit of not growing more gray hair, having some access does help when I need to fix stuff. So, but that's it. I mean, access like this are needed, and but I understand that I can't have full access to everything because there's certain things I think someone should be able to have.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have any concern that it's something that's gonna hurt the relationship in the future. Because if I do have that concern, and obviously it shouldn't come from me being paranoid, it needs to be valid concern.
Yes.
Then we're gonna address this and make sure
Right.
that we can get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And yes, and I do get it. I understand. As a father, a husband, you want to make sure you have full access to everyone and everything. And I get that.
Just like I want Sissy to have full access to things, because God forbid I fall ill. Life continues.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that she can handle things.
Right.
in the
And I
event that
do
this
have
happens.
access to everything. It's just the fact that I know that who's is responsible and who's in charge. And here's the thing, okay? A healthy relationship doesn't mean that your partner has to know everything. Okay, I get it. You know, the men, they want to have access to everything. It's just part of their nature. I get it. And I feel like it's about two people like us here, to regular people who communicate honesty, respect each other's space, and don't hide things that will, you know, impact the relationship.
I agree. Don't move in ways you wouldn't want them to.
Yes, and don't have secret friends. Okay, don't have friendship that feels like temptation. I know some of us have business clients.
Yeah,
you know, especially when you're a good-looking man and you have some clients that
appreciates you,
can be very tempted.
Hey, listen, good thing I don't work in an office that opens late at night, so I don't have a reason to tell my wife that I'm staying.
That I'm working late.
Yes. So, but you know, you gotta make sure that you behave in ways that will not cause suspicion.
I agree.
Because the moment your partner becomes suspicious of your behaviors, that creates problem. You know, create an environment where everything feels transparent.
Yes.
You know, but obviously make sure you protect your individuality.
That's right.
That's important.
That's right. Yes, it is important.
Yeah, and you got to hold each other accountable, but
that part,
not controlling each other. You know, because when you love someone, you don't have to do things that would embarrass them nor make them feel insecure. You know, find things, obviously act in ways where you can hold each other accountable.
Yes.
Have open conversation where you discuss things that needs to be discussed. You know, something happened, talk about it, figure out what's going on, but don't try to control this person.
Yeah.
Because the moment that Cece told me that when I call, I'm asking her what she's doing, that's me trying to control it, I stop asking the question that way. But you still got to show that you care.
I agree. You
know, I didn't shut down and say, you know what, I'm not calling you anymore. No, I asked a different question.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We have a conversation.
We talked about it and I let them know how I feel. And I think sometimes it's so important for us women to, you know, tell our spouse or partner how we feel about things. If something feels off, start with honesty. And I think that's what we did. I started with honesty, how I felt about certain things. And I think it's so important. I know a lot of us wives out there, females, we like to be
questioning, interrogating your partner.
Listen, we're gonna questions, okay? We're gonna question because our intuition is never wrong.
So, you know, some people like to interrogate. They like to ask a lot of questions. So, and you can ask questions. There's nothing that says you can't, because when you're in a relationship, you need to be able to have conversation with your partner. If something's not quite there, you can ask.
Right.
But do it in a way that will allow you to have an open conversation. Not in a way that's argumentative or combative, because all that does is create problem. Don't start accusing them of doing things without you having a conversation or with no proofs.
Yeah, I agree.
Because sometimes some people think their feelings is the proof.
Their feelings is right, and our feelings is always right.
So, but it's good to be able to conversate with each other. It's good to be able to address things. And at the end of the day, you will get to a place where you can both understand each other.
Yes.
And obviously clarify things.
Yes. And I agree. One thing we talk about a lot on the podcast is because it helps us, you know, communicate with your spouse. It's so important. We communicate about everything. Absolutely. Communication is so important. And of course, you got to start with honesty. Honesty is going to get you and your spouse closer to each other because you trust each other, knowing that, okay, he's not going to step out of line and do something.
Yes.
He's going to, and same thing goes for me. I'm not going to step out of line. I trust and respect my husband. I'm not going to do something that's going to hurt you, and he's not going to do something that's going to hurt me. And I think it's so important for us to communicate and, you know, and be honest.
Yeah. And believe me, trust is not just in saying words. Actions are important. And a lot of times we have to look at how we're behaving.
Yes.
Because earlier we talked about, you know, you ask a simple question and before you start stuttering, you start mumbling, you're distancing yourself.
Yeah, start sweating.
No, because all these things, that's where your spouse will start losing trust in you. Because if you're keeping secrets, your behaviors are not normal.
Not normal.
Right? So as you communicate with your partner, just watch how you're behaving as well. Now, if you find yourself keeping secrets, you may want to reevaluate what you're doing or why you're keeping that secret. Because believe me, no secret stays hidden forever.
Nope.
It's going to come out.
Yes.
So with that said, you know, we live in an interesting world and our relationships can get very interesting. You know, because relationship today comes with many distractions.
So many.
Some of it is in the physical world. Some of it is in the social media world. Some of it is through past experience that we may have had, past trauma we may have had to deal with. Maybe some trends that are going on right now will cause us to do certain things, act a certain way.
Yeah.
And we live in a world that's ready to tell us to move on instead of working things out.
That part.
Yeah, but you got to remember, at the end of the day, the difference between privacy and secrecy is simple. One protects your peace. Yes, her computer. The other protects your behavior.
That's right.
Am I doing something I'm not supposed to do? Therefore, I'm hiding certain things just so you won't find out.
Right.
So you have to really pay attention to yourself. You know, if you care about your relationship, move in a way that brings safety. Right? Not confusion. Move in a way that your partner never have to have any uncertainty, never have to doubt you.
Right.
You know, never have to question your intentions.
That's right.
Move in a way, or behave in a way rather, that will not cause your partner to start doubting, are you telling the truth? When you move in ways like this, it allows you to build something solid, it allows you to build something real, and it allows you to build something that lasts.
That's right.
And I'm sure all of us, we want our relationship to last until we end, but it takes work every day to get to that point. So with that said, everybody, we want to thank you for hanging out with us on the Blissology Podcast today. If this episode helps you see your relationship a little clearer, or made you think about how y'all built something healthier together, go ahead and pass it on to another couple who can use the love. And don't forget to hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode like this one. Until then, peace.
Bye.